Okay. Good evening, everybody. I hope you're well today. We have encountered some technical issues, but thank God we're
Make
alive.
your computer easier to use.
Thank God we're alive. Right. So today we'll be talking about movie. Last week I said we were going to continue on our series on Beyond the Cure. Right. I said we were going to continue our series on Beyond the Cure, and this week
Magnifier.
we'll be talking about
Make items
understanding medical interactions.
on
That's what we'll
screen
be talking
keyboard.
about basically. Understanding medication interactions. Right. Last week we talked about side effects, talked about adverse effects. This week we'll be talking about interactions, medication interactions. So, without wasting your time, I'll dive into it and go straight forward. So, basically, medications can interact with each other, right? Leading to unwanted side effects or reducing the effectiveness of one or more drugs. Okay. And these interactions can sometimes cause serious interaction. It's key. It's very, very key helping you um know that okay, this is what this drug is intended for, right? Knowing what to avoid so that the drug will work effectively for you. Okay, so that is basically what we're talking about this evening. So stay tuned as I want you as to join right now. Kindly share the link with others so that they can also join us while I do the same. I'll be back in a minute. All right, welcome back. I hope you invited someone to join us, right? I just shared the link to invite others to join us. So basically, as I was saying, medications, right, can interact with each other, leading to unwanted side effects or reducing the effectiveness of one drug or the other. And these interactions sometimes cause serious issues. Now, as an individual, it's very, very important that you understand these interactions so that you know what to avoid when you are taking what, right? Knowledge is very, very important. When you know better, you live better. So, first of all, before I go down, I will look talk on the type of medications that we have, right? So, we have the first class we call them the prescription only medicines, POM. They are called prescription medicines because they are medications that are only prescribed by a doctor. An example, you have atorvastatin, some call it Lipitor, which is used to lower cholesterol. Because then you have heparin to prevent blood clot, you have metformin for diabetes, you have amlodipine for high blood pressure, right? So that those class, right? They are prescribed medicines. Now the next class I'll be talking about is OTC, over the counter drugs, right? Now these are medications that are available without a prescription. You can just go to the pharmacy, you can go and get them from there, right? More example, very particularly opportunity. Paracetamol, we have ibuprofen is also for inflammation and for pain relief. Then we have cetirizine, loratadine, which are antihistamine for allergy, right? Amplitin. All these drugs are over the counter, and Flagyl, you know them, right? They are over the counter drugs. When the doctor prescribes to get these drugs, basically, you can just go to your pharmacy and get them. Now, the other class I'll be talking about is supplements. Supplements, that's another class I'll be talking about. And never products, vitamins, mineral, and never products. By those I did follow another class. Okay. Now, but that's what I'm talking about basically. So, product supplements, we have calcium supplements, of course, for taking for bone health. We have vitamin D supplements. We have fish oil. They all fall under supplements. Now, coming back to common types of drug interactions. What are the common types of drug interactions? We have drug-drug interactions. Food interaction. Of course, we have food, right, or beverage that you're taking affects a drug's action. They interact. That is drug food interaction. And the last one I'll be talking about also is drug condition interaction. Of course, this arises when the drug interacts with an existing medical condition. Right? Last week, when I was talking in our previous session, we were talking about side effects and allergic and adverse drugs. I made mention that um, side effects can be influenced by a medical condition, an underlying medical condition, right? So that is drug interaction. So what are examples of common drug interaction? I'm not examples of so what are examples of common warfarin and aspirin interaction? Now warfarin also prevents clotting, that also change the blood, also prevents clotting. Right? Taking both of them can increase the risk of bleeding, which can be very dangerous. When you take a blood thinner and a blood thinner, all of them antibiotics and birth control pills. Antibiotics and birth control pills. Example of antibiotic, we have amoxicillin. Right? Amoxicillin. Amoxicillin is an antibiotic that is used to treat infections. I think I had to bring up the common ones that we interact with daily. And birth control pills, of course, you know them. They are used to prevent pregnancy. Now, the interaction is that some antibiotics, like amoxicillin that I made mention, can make birth control pills less effective. Thereby, it increase the risk of unintended pregnancy, right? So, use additional contraception while taking antibiotics for a short period after finishing the course. So, even while you're taking while you're taking your antibiotics and you know you're on birth control pills, you need to take additional even after you're finished medication, of course. Then the next one is simvastatin or the statins, right? And grapefruit, no grapefruit. Simvastatin is a statin. It falls atorvastatin, lower cholesterol. Now, grapefruit juice, grape, it can interfere with the enzymes that break down the statins, that is simvastatin or atorvastatin. And now this interaction can lead to higher levels of the drug in the bloodstream. Since the drug wasn't broken down, now its concentration in the blood becomes high, thereby increasing the risk of side effects like muscle pain and liver damage. So it's very, very important that you avoid grapefruit, grapefruit juice or the grapefruit or atorvastatin or any drug for cholesterol. That is noted, right? Then thyroid medication and calcium supplements. You know, levothyroxine is a medication that is used to treat thyroid disorders. Then calcium supplements, of course, are often taken for bone health. So, what is the interaction between them? Calcium can reduce the absorption of levothyroxine if taken at the same time, making the thyroid medication less effective. That's the levothyroxine. It makes it less effective if you take them together with calcium. So you take levothyroxine on an empty stomach and wait at least 4 hours before taking calcium supplements. That is what's advisable, right? Before taking the calcium supplements. Then the last but not least, no, second to last basically, I'll talk about is Zoloft, that's sertraline and fluoxetine. Okay, I'm calling just name of drugs, but just so you get it. Sertraline is an antidepressant, and fluoxetine is another antidepressant that is used to treat depression. Now, taking both can cause the risk of a serious condition called serotonin syndrome, which can cause confusion, rapid heart rate, and high blood pressure. Combining these medications should be done under close medical supervision. That's if you really have to combine them, then you should be under medical supervision. Then lisinopril and potassium supplements. Lisinopril is an antihypertensive that's used to treat high blood pressure, and potassium supplements are often taken for electrolyte imbalance. Right now, this can taking both of them together can lead to dangerously high potassium levels in the blood, which will cause heart rhythm problems. Right, so your doctor should monitor your potassium levels closely if you need to take both of them, right? So let me talk a little bit on drug food interaction, right? Drug food interaction. Now, drug food interaction, I said, occurs when you eat food that affects the way your medications work. So this interaction can either increase or decrease the effectiveness of the medication, right? Or of course, increase the risk of side effects. So some common examples is I made mention of grapefruit, right? And grape is a food. So grape juice and statins, that is simvastatin or atorvastatin. I said grapefruit can interfere with the breakdown of this medication, so I don't have to repeat what I said again. So I'll just jump it, skip it, and move to the next one. Calcium-rich foods and antibiotics. So tetracycline and fluoroquinolones, that is, or let me just say tetracycline and ciprofloxacin. That one is very common, right? Right. They are used to treat bacterial infections, like, and they are the antibiotics. Now, calcium calcium can bind to these antibiotics and prevent their absorption, making them less effective. So avoid consuming dairy products like milk, right? All these dairy products and calcium supplements or antacids for heartburn around the time when you are taking these antibiotics. You should take note of that. Avoid it. It's not good. Then vitamin K rich food and warfarin. Now, warfarin, I made mention of it earlier that it's a blood thinner and it's used to prevent blood clots. And the interaction is that foods that are having high vitamin K, such as spinach, kale, and broccoli, can reduce the effectiveness of warfarin. They antagonize each other, making it harder to manage blood clotting. It's important to keep your intake of vitamin K consistent while taking warfarin, right? So that should be monitored to avoid further complications. Some of these things you may not know, you may just see it as normal food, then you'll be wondering what's happening. That is a drug food interaction is taking place. The next one is alcohol and pain reliever. Of course, you're not advised to take alcohol, but in case you take alcohol, then um, pain relievers like paracetamol, that's acetaminophen, and ibuprofen. Right, consuming alcohol while taking this can increase the risk of liver damage because both of them are metabolized by the liver. So limit or avoid alcohol when using acetaminophen, especially in high doses or for extended period. You should just avoid it. Now, green vegetables, leafy green vegetables, and blood pressure medications. That's the last interaction I'll be talking about. That's like um blood pressure medications like lisinopril. Foods that are high in potassium, I talked about that, right? That such as green vegetables, bananas, and oranges can increase potassium levels in the blood when taken with ACE inhibitors. That's just like lisinopril, enalapril, captopril, and the rest of class of prils, right? Leading to potential heart problems. So you need to often monitor your potassium intake and consult your doctor, right? So what are the potential risks of drug interactions? The potential risks. So the first is increased risk of side effects, right? Interaction can amplify side effects of medication. I talked about that last week. So leading to conditions like excessive bleeding, kidney damage, or heart problems. The second potential effect is that it reduced effectiveness of the medications. Some interaction can make drugs less effective. That means meaning your health condition may not be properly managed. For example, antibiotics that are reducing the effectiveness of birth control pills, right? So the essence of why you take the medication will not be accomplished. The unexpected health complications. So, like the one I mentioned, serious health issues like serotonin syndrome that I made mention of earlier, when you have high potassium levels in the blood. Then, how do you minimize adverse effects? I talked about it last week, but I'll still talk about it again for those that are watching for the first time. Now, you keep a medication list, right? Write down all the medications and supplements that you take, including their doses. Then share this list with your healthcare providers, right? So that they will know, your doctor and your pharmacist will keep in mind and know and avoid any drug interaction or of course drug food interaction, right? Then follow instruction. Always follow the prescribed dosage and timing. Always follow the prescribed dosage and timing. Don't change or stop medications without consulting your doctor, right? If you stop, it may lead to another complication. Then ask questions. Ask questions. Whenever you get a new medication, ask your pharmacist or doctor about the potential interactions. Don't hesitate to ask about how to take your medication and what to avoid. So ask questions. We're here. Ask us questions. What should I avoid while taking this? Right? So that you'll be on the safer side. Then use one pharmacy, right? Filling your all prescription at the same pharmacy can help the pharmacist catch potential interactions. If you buy drugs from, let me say, from H Medics and you buy from Skylar and you buy from Glen, right? Now your pharmacist cannot be able to track, okay, what the interactions between them, because you're buying them from different places. But if you're buying them from the same place, it helps your pharmacist to understand that, okay, this is what is happening, is this drug and this medication that are having an interaction, or that are interacting, right? Then the last but not the least I'll be talking about is read labels, right? Most of the drugs come with leaflets and labels. So pay attention to warnings on medication and supplements, right? All these drugs come with leaflets, but most people don't read them. So before taking, there's a segment where it's written interactions. So read the interactions, read to know the possible interactions that will occur when you take this medication. Some they'll tell you it's contraindicated for this category of people, for this category of people, for those who have this kind of problem. That is to avoid drug condition interaction, right? Or drug interaction, or when you're taking this is contraindicated, right? So always go and check that part on your leaflet. It will help you and save you a lot. Remember, your health is your most valuable asset, right? Everything revolves around you. So when you take time to understand the interactions that take place when you take these medications, it is very, very important, and it will help you while in protecting your health, right? So always live healthy, stay healthy, be healthy. In case you have any question, you can drop in the comment. Our session today is very short. I encountered some technical challenges while setting up the stream for today, but we still held it. So thank you so much for those that will watch this after the this stream. Thank you so much, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to live healthy. I'm rooting for you. Bye. See you some other time.